Hello, everyone. This is David Moffat from Wrong jack? Yeah, plugged it in the wrong jack. Put it in the headphone jack by accident. There we go. Sound. Hey, everybody. Here I am. I'm going to go back to the windows I need to look at. So I can watch it from Facebook. Wrong jack. And I can pull up the restream chat here so I can see what this sound. There we go. Sound. Hey, everybody. Sound. There's sound now. And everything looks good. Go back to the windows I need to look at. So I can watch it from Facebook. All right. The mouse away now. In here, I have a bucket of dirty, dirty, dirty water. So dirty. But I noticed the resin was super tacky last night. Doesn't feel so tacky today, so soap's doing the job. That's good. In here, I have a bucket of dirty, dirty, dirty water. So dirty. But got my tools. I lost one of my hobby knives somewhere. To the side. I don't need flocking right now. Flocking. There's a little nook. This one's for dicey. I'm gonna roll some 40th anniversary Century Box dice I picked up yesterday after our game. What do you think? Do they sound good, dicey? 7, not too bad. 2? Oh no, that's the worst one. Or the best one. Cool. Hey Ivan, how's it going? $1 if you take a swill. That's disgusting. It's super filthy. The water's so gross. 3s. Not too bad. Alright, putting the dice away. They have a nice clack to them though. Sweet. Well, good to see you here, Ivan. Gotta work hard. Chris is here. Hi, Chris. I need to get this stuff done so it's off my mind. So I can get to all the other stuff I gotta do today. So I figured, oh, live stream now. Not sure if I'll make it to live stream with my daughter today, because we gotta do some running around after school. I need to get this stuff done so it's off my mind. That's right, Chris. I'm playing with my dices. I'm doing it for Dicey. It's the kind of webcam show he likes to watch. I'll make it to live stream with my daughter today, because we gotta do some running around after. Oh yeah, Ivan says we need more tabletop streaming live in the world. Too true. Roby Jenkins did some live stream of playing some of his Zero Dark game. That was pretty fun. I wasn't able to watch it because I was going to work. That's right. But Noised was there for sure. I think someone else from Nordic Weasel was also watching. Did some live stream of playing some of his Zero Dark game. Yes, could I say I will definitely say hi to Rosie for you. All right, let's see. This is some of the newer metal from the ADAT inks, and that's pretty good. Definitely better than that old Infantry. Yes, could I say I will definitely say hi. I lost my regular hobby knife, so I got this crappy Testers one here. It works. I'm not gonna play any music today either, so that YouTube doesn't or Facebook doesn't shut me down. See if there's any old Infantry. You folks popping in? We gotta laugh. Who's laughing at me? Who's laughing? I gotta see now. I'm not gonna play any music today either, so that YouTube doesn't or Facebook doesn't shut me down. Ah, Brad. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha, Brad. You folks popping in? Alright, what does Brad say? Who's laughing? Who's laughing? I gotta see now. Ah, Brad. Ha 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 ha. Lord Draconum says the 15mm tank will not take as long as this one. I assume the 28mm print of the was it a Grizzly or a Cougar? I can't remember what Jason Miller designed. Yeah, I've known Jason Miller for a long time now. From the 6mm scene. And lives in BC, does good work. I think right now he's commissioned to design a series of miniatures that a webcam girl's supporters can buy. So some of them are kind of racy, and they're cool different themes, sci-fi and fantasy. So I bet that's a pretty fun job. I think right now he's commissioned to design. Little envious. A series of miniatures that a webcam girl's supporters can buy. Ah, yes. Lord Draconum is printing off the Cougar turret. So it was the Cougar. Sci-fi and fantasy. So I bet that's a pretty fun job. Ivan says, is it practical to get some folks together on voice chat for one of these? Have a general minis chat while we watch you work. Maybe. I think it could be done through Discord. I'm not sure. Dicey, do you know? Have you done that before? Ivan says, is it practical to get some folks... I know there's something you can do through Discord to do voice chats while someone is on the streaming. So I've heard it, but I've never actually watched it because I was listening to it at work. So I know it happened. I just don't know how it worked. The Chilling Wargamers did that. That could be some fun, for sure. Put my headphones on. Someone is on streaming. Maybe they do it through Hangouts. So I know it happened. Yeah, there is definitely a live thing on Discord. Oh, Chris is thinking about Cougars and Pumas. Put my headphones on. Don't forget the mountain lions. They do it through Hangouts. Yeah, there is definitely a live thing on Discord. Wait. Chris is thinking about Cougars and Pumas. Oh, that's where my hobby knife is. Put it in the wrong bucket. Forget the mountain lions. I wonder if this is overkill. This heavier file. Oh, that's where my hobby knife is. Put it in the wrong bucket. You'll have a little slippage tubing here for the missiles. Heavier file. Little mold line there. The quality of this metal is definitely better than the old metal, which is not surprising. Judging from the packaging, there's the packaging here. Like, this is pretty old looking, so I bet it's from the early days of Battlefront. Mold line there. The quality of this metal is definitely better than the old metal, which is not surprising. Let's see here. Oh. Like, this is pretty old looking, so I bet it's from the early days. Dicey guy hasn't tried it. Yeah. Yeah, we could definitely do Zoom or Hangouts or stuff. For sure. Yeah, I haven't looked into how to set all that up. No one's ever asked to party with me before. Not even Dicey guy. I partied with Dicey guy before though. Yeah. That was fun. We could definitely do Zoom or Hangouts or stuff. For sure. And yeah, I haven't looked into how to set all that up. Ivan says it's getting catty in the chat. Woo! Not even Dicey guy. I partied with Dicey guy before though. That was fun. Well, everyone loves some good cougar talk. That's for sure. A lot of the guys at my work really like older ladies. They're all young guys. Jocks. So work at a sports store. I always think it's kind of funny. They get all excited. Super excited. A lot of the guys at my work really like. So I got started doing this one. They're all young guys. Jocks. So maybe I just didn't throw it in the bucket. I always think it's kind of funny. Yeah, Ivan, you should definitely do some live chats in the Weasel group. Give it a try. Fun. Yeah, me and Dicey tangoed in January. Yeah, Ivan, you should definitely do some. Yeah, I understand. I'm not trying to steal any thunder. No. It's all inspiring after all. You see someone doing something and then inspires you to do it too. It was all about community after. Like the community. It's boring hobbying by yourself. That's why I like live streaming. Conversation would be even better. But the chat's fine. It was all about community after. So yeah, we're testing out this time frame for live streams. See who shows up. What's good for. I know the regular Dicey time is really good for the Dicey squad. The thing is, evening for most Europeans. So yeah, we're testing out this time frame for live streams. Almost done. Nice. What's good for? I know the regular Dicey time is really good for the Dicey squad. Yeah, that's right. Social gamers need to be social. Or solo gamers need to be social. Gotta show off your stuff. Almost done. Look what I did. Yeah, that's right. Social gamers need to be social. Ah, newbie joined the Facebook chat. Hello, newbie. Gotta show off your stuff. AKA David Enright. Ah, newbie joined the Facebook chat. A little bit there. AKA David Enright. Dicey Guy says hello to noobs. What do you think, noobs? Do you like the Facebook better or the YouTube's better? There's also the Twitch option. I personally don't really like Twitch. Guy says hello to noobs. Couldn't say exactly why. Just. What do you think, noobs? Do you like the Facebook better or the? Just don't feel right. There's also the Twitch option. Well, that's right. Newbie does not like Twitch. He thinks don't really like Twitch. Bad people on there. Couldn't say exactly why. Just. I can't remember the word for him. Just don't feel right. Yeah, it's too bad the Facebook comments don't show up on the chat. Swanky. Bad people on there. My Facebook comments will show up. Nobody else's. I can't remember the word for him. I looked through the settings and I couldn't see anything to change that. Yeah, it's too bad the Facebook comments don't show up. But maybe I'll research that after. Alright, metal done. Let those guys soak. I'll have to wash them up later. Now I'm going to move on to the helicopter. Or should I base the infantry? Oh, I'll base the infantry. You can base them individually on these little round MDF bases. I never knew what I was going to do with these little round ones. Out. Basing 50mm infantry singly. Perfect use for them. Glue's running out here. I know lots of glue hiding somewhere. Ah, there's some. I never knew what I was going to do with these little round ones. Ooh. Ride to the Valkyries. Intensify. Valkyrie. Valkyria? Is that how you say it, Dicey? Valkyria? Gorilla glue, gorilla glue. Gotta love the gorilla glue. Is that how you say it, Dicey? Valkyria? My wife doesn't like microfiber towels, and my daughter quickly outgrew this one because it turns out it's a tiny towel, so we can't use it as a hand towel, and she doesn't want to use it as a bath towel because it's too small. So it's become my miniatures drying towel. Paw Patrol! And my daughter quickly outgrew this one because it turns out it's a tiny towel. So go! It's too small. Oh, was there some good ASMR going? Miniatures drying towel. Oh, is it my dry hands sticking against the microfibers? Paw Patrol! Yeah, I have the web or my microphone much lower my body, so, which I think cuts down the pop, but still catches all my vocals fairly well. You can assume. Well, curry. Whale curry. Whale curry. Is Dicey, which I think cuts down the pop, but pronouncing it properly. Not me. Oh yeah, I got these. I got Guys with Boys for the British Expeditionary Force. That was pretty exciting. I like seeing some boys on there. I know they weren't the best rifle, but I really like the way they look. Yeah, these guys are chonky. Oh yeah, I got these. I got Guys with Boys. Oh, what's not the good sound? My hands sticking against microfiber. Oh yeah, Lord Draconum. We should definitely find some hummers. I was thinking, Lord Draconum, what we should do is we should try a Spectre Ops in 28mm when you get your stuff, and we could also try it in 15mm. Hands sticking against microfiber. Since I'll be working on some 15mm stuff anyway, we can see. Oh yeah, Lord Draconum. We should definitely find know if it really does affect the gameplay much or the visuals or anything. The Sentry box has a good amount of 15mm terrain you can definitely use. That's very Spectre Ops appropriate. Since I'll be working on some Norwegian. Anyway, we can see know if it really does affect the gameplay much or the visuals or anything. The Sentry box has a good amount of Chrysae's finish you can definitely use. That's very Spectre Ops appropriate. Back, yeah. Oop. Norwegian. Boys. Oh yeah, Ivan hails from Denmark. If you can't guess from his name. Ivan says it's Valkyrier in Danish. If you can't guess from his name. Should ask my mother-in-law what it is in Swedish. Oh, they say it, at least in 70s Stockholm, which is what her accent is. Oh yeah, here's a mutant hand. This camera is not so great at picking up little details, but fixed his hand basically, so he doesn't have that giant spike hanging off of it. Had to do some digging, some rebuilding. I used my this little guy, this carbide. It's been really handy for miniatures. I'm really glad I picked up this carbide scriber. Good for making guide holes for pinning and rebuilding details in metal. This carbide has been really handy for miniatures. I'm really glad I picked up this carbide scriber. That's right. Good for first mutant for 5 clicks. Yeah, I figured these guys could all work for 5 clicks for sure when I pick it up. And rebuilding DC in metal. That's right. First mutant for 5 clicks. Yeah, I figured these guys could all work for 5 clicks for sure when I pick it up. Lord Draconum likes the Lav and Warthogs. Yeah. That's for the Spectre Ops stuff. I haven't actually looked at their miniatures, but from what I saw on the table, if that's what CP Tabletop's doing, is all the specific miniatures, it looks really good. Lord Draconum. Retro Future, that's right. Yeah. That's for the Spectre Ops stuff. I haven't actually looked at their miniatures, but from what I saw on the table, if that's what CP... Definitely an era masher. All the specific miniatures, it looks really good. I don't adhere to things. Retro Future, that's my 1-liter guy. Pretty good. A pistol and a cap. That's how you know he's the boss. Definitely an era masher. Oh, I don't adhere to things. Discord. Someone from Discord posted. I can't see the name because it's all blacked out. That's weird. That's how you know he's the boss. Oh, is Dave Dog here? Oh. Yeah, it's Chrissy. Discord. I can't read the black text. Someone from Discord posted. I can't see darkness. It's all blacked out. That's weird. Yeah, Chrissy. Discord's posting. Oh, is Dave Dog here? Oh. Yeah, it's Chrissy. I can't read the black text. Responding to Dave Dog. Darkness. Yeah, Chrissy. Oh, Kiri. Dave Dog. Yeah, I agree, Lord Draconum. They definitely use some nice vehicles and miniatures in that game. Oh, Kitty. I'm not gonna lie though. Yeah, I agree, Lord Draconum. They definitely vehicles. Some nice vehicles. 15mm have always intrigued me a little bit. It was just the infantry I wasn't sure about. So whenever I looked at the pictures, I just wasn't that chuffed by them. Gonna lie though. Yeah, vehicles. 15mm. Ivan says I have the worst Nordic pronunciation. I got the worst pronunciation for a lot of things. That's for sure. Yeah, rifleman. Pronunciation. Yeah, the worst pronunciation for a lot of things. We got this lazy guy. He's just lying down. What's up, guys? I'm just gonna lie. Yeah, I could see that. 15mm infantry, photographing poorly. We got this lazy guy. He's just lying down. What's up, guys? I'm just gonna fit on the space. Barely. Oh, he just squeezes on there. Look at that. Perfect. Hoping I didn't have to. Yeah. Go up a size for his spacing. 15mm infantry, photographing poorly. Wonder if he's supposed to be like an entry marker or he's lying in the bushes. Fit on the space. Waiting for us. Oh, he just squeezes on there. Look at that. Perfect. So yeah, this is the British Expeditionary Force. Rifle and motor, or the Rifle and Motor Rifle Company, CHQ. You got the boys, the regular rifles. I can't remember which ones they used. Was it Enfields? We got, oh no, I don't remember. Is it Bren or Sten? Bren. I think the Bren are the heavier guns. Got a couple Bren. I'm gonna say Bren, even if I'm wrong. And then they got some Thompsons. That makes them pretty appropriate for Canadians. Canadians use a lot of Thompsons. Oh, this guy's too long though. He's gonna have to be upsized. Or I could use one of these ones. And then they got some Thompsons. Weight-wise, it doesn't change too much. Just the beveling. Oh, this guy's too long though. He's gonna have to be upsized. Or I could use one of these ones.
I got one here. Let's test it.
Yeah. So Bren. See, I don't think I have any stems with these guys. Because the stems had the side. So you would hold it like that.
I got one here.
I think I'll use the round, because then it keeps everything aesthetically in line. The stems had the side. Yeah. When I see a lot of vehicles on the table for 28mm, I don't feel that impressed. I like it better when there's just a few. Like back in the old days when we played 40K, and you'd have maybe a Rhino, maybe a Whirlwind on the table. Someone maybe had like an Eldar Grav tank. There was no Tau back then. I like that. I don't like it when there's like just a ton of vehicles. I don't know why. But I was thinking in 15, might like a few more vehicles on the table. And I want to say hi to Danielle. Hi, Danielle. Watching on Facebooks. I like that. I don't like it when there's like just a ton of vehicles. I don't know why. But I was thinking in 15, might like. Ooh. Vehicles on the table. This guy's a slippery git. Hi to Danielle. Hi, Danielle. Oh. Watching on Facebooks. Be able to do some fun basing with this guy. Yeah, I saw there was some Vietnam era stuff for Flames of War Team Yankee. Check that out. Yeah. If you want to play a vehicle heavy game, 6mm is the way to go. Yeah, I saw there was some Vietnam era stuff for excuse me. Flames of War Team Yankee. Check that out. When Ivan was testing No End in Sight originally, did a full mechanized platoon with their carriers on a 2x2 table. That's awesome. I'm not sure exactly how many that is, but that's a good amount. The other Thompson guy. Did a full mechanized platoon with their carriers on a 2x2 table. That's awesome. Lord Draconum based some of his tanks on the small hexes. That's awesome. Kriziv is here. Kriziv! Even here where gamers talk about parenting. That's right. A lot of dads played a lot of miniatures games in the 90s and the 2000s, and then they got busy with their lives, had kids, and came back. Like, that's how it goes. Where gamers talk about parenting. That's right. I don't know if it's just the people I follow or not, but it seems like there's a lot of people in my age range, late 30s to late 40s, who got busy with their lives, had kids, and came back. Like, that's how it goes. Yeah, the extra small hexes are good for like heavy weapons teams, or if you have field artillery. Often they'll fit on the small hexes. And certain vehicles, like if you get the tankettes or jeeps or something, they'll fit nicely on the small hexes as well. Or draconium. Yeah, the extra small hexes are good for. But yeah, there's a lot of small hexes, probably more than you'll use. You could use them for objective markers too. Often they'll fit on the small hexes. Sandwich talk. Oh, stuffed up. I like sandwiches. Oh, I'm still thinking. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe my daughter and I'll get some Subway sandwiches after school. I really want to have another Beyond Meat meatball sub again. I like sandwiches. Oh, it's facing forward. Bring him up. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe my daughter and I'll get some Subway sandwiches after school. I really want to have another Beyond Meat meatball sub. This doesn't matter so much. Oh, bring him up. Okay. I think I like that. Bazooka J Rambo! Hello! How are you? Okay. Yeah, realistically, if Games Workshop want to do a proper Apocalypse game, they'd definitely be better off doing 15mm down. So if people are worried about detail, and have a little bit of detail to paint on their infantry, then 15mm is a pretty good compromise. You'll still get 15mm down. A lot of good details on there. Pretty nice. There's a guy with a Sten. These are old, really old miniatures. They still look pretty good. 15mm is a pretty good compromise. You'll still get a lot of good details on there. Nice. Says meatball subs are the only acceptable food at Subway. I haven't had a meatball sub since the 90s. The Beyond Meatball sub. Brought back memories. Remember, I stopped eating them when I was a kid because I got a meatball that tasted like burnt rubber. I haven't had a meatball sub since the 90s. And then every time I tried eating a meatball sub after that, I just had that taste in my mind. Got in my head. Had to give it 20 years to cleanse. Remember, I stopped eating them when I was a kid because I got a meatball that tasted like burnt rubber. I haven't asked if I have rules lined up. Well, I got a lot of options. That's for sure. Lord Draconium's getting some Spectre ops in. And I know these guys are World War II, but I think they're fine to play Spectre ops. And there's always some Nordic Weasel games. Stuff that might work. We keep saying that Squad Hammer's good. I think Squad Hammer allows for vehicle rules, right? Oh, there's Keith. Hi, Keith. Some Nordic Weasel games. Stuff that might work. We keep saying that Squad Hammer's good. Squad Hammer allows. And yeah, mostly this is just a test run to see if I like it. So far, they're warming up on me. So I'll paint them up. Make my final decision. I want to pursue it or not. Play a few games with them. And yeah, mostly this is just a test run to see. I know that Zvezda is pretty easy to get around here in the railroad shop or the model shops. So if they have a good amount of 1/100, definitely get a few more vehicles on the table. Play a few games with them. Ooh, Squad Hammer allows for vehicles versus dinosaurs or giants. I got those giants just waiting. I still think that'd be a pretty fun game. Military versus kaiju. Now, if only I could get a Gear Krieg kind of mech. 15. I discovered there was one company that was doing it for. They doing it. I can't remember. But yeah, they don't have a website for sale, but they still have a Facebook page. Some kind of goblin. Gaming. There was one company that was doing a lot of goblin games. But yeah, they were doing some Wanzers, walking panzers. Yeah, they don't have a website for sale, but they still have a Facebook. 15. Some kind of goblin. There's got to be some STLs somewhere. Gotta be. Oh, I can just stick super glue on my hands. Nothing. My skin does not bond with super glue. I'm very lucky. I think it's too dry. My hand also peels paint off though, so maybe this is a chemical in my skin. I don't know. A debonder. My skin does not bond with super glue. I'm very lucky. That's why I always use paint handles or a glove. My hand also peels. Paint handles are a lot easier though. It's down on the cheeks. A debonder. Go that way. More gaming related mutations? I think so, yeah. I never used to assemble the miniatures back in the day. My friend always assembled the miniatures and then we'd paint them together. And I was coming into assembly late in the game. I think I started doing it. I started buying Battletech miniatures again in the mid-2000s, and then after my daughter was born, I started getting back heavily into miniatures, so I started having to build my own. Yeah, I discovered that, for whatever reason, super glue does not bond my skin. I can use it to fill up cracks and stuff in my skin. The winter gets particularly dry. Start getting fissures, especially here. I usually get one here. Stick a little super glue in there, and it'll close it off and heal up faster. It's really nice. Right. I can use it to fill up cracks and stuff. Stone boys look pretty good on their bases. Start getting fissures, especially here. Super glue. Take a little super glue. I am Frog, says Keith. David is the Frogman. Stone boys look pretty good on their bases. Super glue. Oh, I've got so much super glue. I got this tube of super glue. I got other tubes of super glue. I just got super glue everywhere. I got cheap super glue. I got Gorilla super glue. Also, I got all sorts of adhesives anyway. Gotta make sure you're stocked up with super glue, because it sucks when you're in the middle of building something and you run out. So I just got super glue everywhere. Yeah, so far this is my favorite way to apply the super glue. It's in these guys. I got all sorts of adhesives anyway. I don't know what it is about it, but I find it easiest to use. I'm used to using these ones now. I've often used the smaller tubes, so they're fine. Got one that was like in a squeeze, so you squeeze the sides and it came out in a finer strip, and that was nice too. But yeah, I think this guy, maybe if I stuck in some isopropyl, cleaned it off, I could probably refill it. Maybe with these guys. 20 grams. How many is in here? Got one that was like in a squeeze, so you squeeze the sides and it came out in a finer strip, and that was nice too. But childproof. Maybe if I stuck in some isopropyl. 3 grams each? Yeah, that would not fill it up. Yeah, I'll just use them as they are. The tool of his English sovereign? Killing me. La 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 la. That would not fill it up. Ah. Immunity to super glue is a gateway for frog people hiding as humans, says Chris. Well, I'm still a Nordic Games supporter, so you know, even frog people deserve rights. You have the right to game. I think there's a big big boon to having frog people in the industry, honestly. Alright, I'm gonna catch up on the chat a bit. I think there's a big boon to having frog people. Oh yeah, Chain of Command, I think, is another one that people really like from Two Fat Lardies, right? I would definitely give that a try. Got the brain power. No. Uzuka J. Rambo a while back said real life things are sorted out. Awesome. Got some Space Marine parts on order. Awesome. Gonna make some Black Shields and Mentor Legion Marines. The Space War combat cards. Yeah, I've been seeing those cards. They look really good. I think that's gonna be lots of fun. Real life things are sorted out. Awesome. Got some Space parts on order. Awesome. Gonna make some Black Shields and Mentor Legion Marines. Fusion in gaming. How do we get more frog people into tabletop gaming? See if Uncle Adam will make that his next week's video. Amphibian warfare. Oh yeah, my ADATS are amphibious. I've already got a leg up. Fusion in gaming. How do we get more frog people into tabletop gaming? See if Uncle Adam will make everyone into a frog, says Bazooka J Rambo. I don't think frog people want to turn everyone into a frog. Yeah, ADATS are amphibious. I mean, if you're going to be an overlord, it means you need people under you, so, you know. Ivan says you can definitely do the American War of Independence with Sharp. Bazooka J Rambo. I don't think frog people want to turn everyone into a frog. Oh, I'm ready. Some helicopters. If you're going to be an overlord, it means you need people under you, so. Let's put these to the side. Ivan says you can definitely do the Mushroom Bunnet. This is my hoard. I always hoard mushroom bunnets. I just can't get enough. I love them. They're deep enough that you can fit miniatures on a pot without them rolling around. Stack nicely. You don't use them. I probably have more than I need now. Let's think about turning some into buildings too. I think they make nice buildings. Little warehouses. 6mm or up, stack nicely, or tiny little dwellings for 28mm. I probably have more than I need now. Let's think about turning some into buildings too. I think they make nice buildings. Little warehouses, 6mm or up, or tiny little dwellings for 28mm. Okay. Oh. If I got the time today, I'll even prime them. Woo! Got it all set up. I can do some priming. Okay. Oh. If I got the time today, I'll even have some good conversation. Got it all set up. I can do some priming. You're soaking? That's right. Helicopter. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, I won these 2 sprues of helicopters from one of the painter dies last year. Having some good conversation. Seem of decent quality. You're soaking, that's right. Helicopter. That's no assembly instructions, but I think I could figure it out. These are 2015 plastics from one of the painter dies last year. Seem of decent quality. Let's see. Body. No assembly instructions, but I think some wings. I think I could figure it out. Tail. 2015 plastics. Missile pods. Different missile options. Is there assembly instructions? Maybe I should look at it. Or jump in. Body. Some wings. Tail. Got this booklet. Team Yankee. 2016. Probably outdated. Probably not going to play Team Yankee. I got the decals or decals, transfers, decal. You like the teeth? I got a picture anyway, so let's see what it looks like. Transfers. Go on my phone. They did a good job of making the cockpit transparent. Look transparent. Alright, more sprues. Oh my goodness. What's all this? Rotors. They did a good job of making the copyright 2010. Cobra Huey. Oh, nice. Oh my goodness. What's all this? And then their fight stands. Copyright 2010. Cobra. Ivan loves all the systems. Ooh. It's disgusting looking. What did they do in there? Can you guys see that? Dirt wrapped in this clear acrylic. Ooh, disgusting looking. Ugh. Oops. I don't know if I'm gonna use those. Glue fog on the cockpit. Well, actually, when the cockpits are clear, or not clear, opaque. It's all just colored plastic, so there's definitely a paint job on there. Looks nice. But I do have the glue that's appropriate for not fogging up your clear acrylics. There's the base. Don't need that. I do have the glue that's appropriate for clear acrylics. Now, Lord Dracom's gonna go and try to read some more Where Heroes Dare. Have you played Where Heroes Dare yet? Have you tried any of the rules out? Lord Draconium? The decals away. Alright. Have you played Where Heroes? Now the Tamiya Clippers. Mia. Assume I start here. Some people like to cut these nibbins away first, up here, and then come down. I never find it makes a difference for me. Either I'm not very good at this, or just I'm really good at it. I don't know. I'm gonna say not very good. Some people like to cut these nibbins away first, here, and then come down. I never find it makes a difference for me. Either I'm not very good at this. That's a one. I'm gonna say not very good. Ah, Lord Draconium played one game solo and enjoyed it? Perfect. That's a one. When you're ready to teach, I'm ready to learn. Mm-hmm. Ah, Lord Draconium played one game solo and enjoyed it? Perfect. When you're ready to teach, I'm ready to learn. Where's that gonna go? Where's that gonna go? That's right. Draconium has not mastered the game after one playthrough. Understandable. That's right. Draconium has not mastered the game after one playthrough. Yeah, learning games with friends is a lot of fun. Someone's got to know what they're doing. At least a little bit. Yeah, learning games with friends is a lot of fun. Someone's got to know what they're doing. At least a little bit. Now, usually I like to play the game a bit on my own, and then get together with a friend and go through it all again. Usually works out pretty good. Usually I like to play the game a bit on my own. Sorry. I'll clean those up with a friend and go through it all again. Usually works out pretty good. I'll clean those up. Ah, Lord Draconium played with the Infantry only. Where heroes dare. Yeah, I forgot they had vehicles. Or rules for vehicles. Even though... And that's why we're doing all your G.I. Joe vehicles. Lord Dracon played with the G.I. Joe. Where heroes dare. Yeah, I forgot they had vehicles. Or rules for vehicles. Even though... That's why we're doing... Grocery delivery brings you Rockstar cans and frozen pizza. Wow. There's a few delivery services, grocery delivery services in Canada. I just never really trust them. I like going to the grocery store and picking out my own stuff. Always imagine if I had a business, I would get I'd give them the produce I want to get rid of first and foremost. There's a few delivery services, grocery delivery services. Oh, that's where that one goes. Okay. I just never really trust them. I like going to the grocery store and picking out my own stuff. Always imagine if I had a business, I'd give them the produce I want to get rid of. Here? Oh, that's where that one goes. Okay. What? Here. They're all just rotors. So that's something. No, I can't see it. What did I do? Why can't I see it? What? They're all just rotors. So that's something. Okay, well, it's going to sit on top of that anyway, so I'll just glue this together. I feel confident that's the right decision. Yeah, having one car is definitely troublesome. I feel confident that's the right decision. We currently have 3, but one doesn't. And I'm supposed to sell it. Even though it's rusty and it smells bad. I have a hard time getting rid of it because I really like it. Whenever I see another one driving on the road, I'm like, I wish mine didn't start rusting right on top of the windshield, so that when it rains, it pours on me. Dylan Owen Burns. Hello, Dylan. See another one driving on the road, I'm like, I wish mine didn't start rusting right on top of the windshield, so that when it rains, it pours on me. Posted a link to the modeling guide for the Cobra helicopter to your Facebook. Thanks. Hello, Dylan. Tired of seeing me fumble around? You're a good man, Lord Draconum. Posted a link to the modeling guide for the Cobra helicopter to your Facebook. Thanks. Which Facebook page? Homepage? Fumble around? You're a good man, Lord Draconum. Which Facebook page? Homepage? See it. In the chat. There we go. Thanks. Hey. Yeah. I don't know how I lost the window piece. Okay. Let's look at the sprue. That way? No one can see what I'm looking at. That's okay. It was here. Did it get lost? Maybe this one didn't have it. Maybe this one's missing the top part. Okay. This is the T-roof edition. Yeah, okay. No one can see what I'm looking at. Oh, no, it's right here. It did fall off. It is not lost. Perfect. This is the T-roof edition. Yeah, okay. There's a few variations of the Cobra, it turns out. Where'd it go? There it is. I think I'm gonna have to clamp this together. Assembly guide for the AH. Oh, there's even a YouTube video. It's handy. Get some magnets in for the rotor. Assembly guide for the AH. Oh, there's even a YouTube video. Let's see which size of magnet. I got magnets somewhere. Get some magnets in for the rotor. Close that. Thanks a lot, Lord Draconum. Let's see which size of magnet. I got magnets. Oh, Dave Dog's here. Hi, Dave Dog. Missed off when I was looking at all the sprue talk. Oh, I missed lots of chat actually. Thanks a lot, Lord Draconum. Frozen pizza. I'm thinking about getting some frozen pizza. We're gonna have nachos tonight. It's gonna be pretty terrific. Missed off when I was looking at all. Alright, let's see. Going through the chat, and then I'll get back to assembly. Oh, I missed lots of chat actually. Frozen pizza. I'm thinking about getting some frozen. Dave Dog says, "I am the troll of hellfire, and I bring you fire." Makes sense. Alright, let's see. Going through the chat, and then I'll get back to assembly. Chris wants to see my helicopter bashed together with some mech legs. Dave Dog says, "I am the troll." Well, you know what? I do have some spare legs from this Ambot kit. It comes with 2 different sets of legs. Wants to see. So let's see. Helicopter bashed together with some mech legs. That'd be hilarious. Well, you know what? I do have some don't put that in there. From this Ambot kit. It comes with 2 different sets of legs. Then Lord Draconum told me where it was while I was busy looking for it. That'd be hilarious. In Michigan, 50% of cars are rusted out. That's because they build them there, right? So they have to rust faster so they can build more. Then Lord Draconum told me where it was while I was busy looking for it. Chris says, in the island, 50% of the car rust has a car under it. Yeah, it's less common to get rust in these drier parts, Canada especially. So your vehicles won't rust out nearly as fast unless they came from the east. Chris says, mine came from Saskatchewan. I don't know why. I don't know why it got rusty around the roof. It's a Toyota. Sometimes that happens. Dave Dog had a scare with his PC hardware last night. Plugged in a PCIe card into a 16x slot. Asus motherboard. Windows didn't start. Yeah, that's scary. I hate it whenever there's a problem with my computer. It's been pretty solid, thankfully. Knock on wood. It's wood. It's a paintbrush handle. It's really old though. 10 years old now. Yeah, that's scary. It's been doing a lot of work. It's been pretty solid, thankfully. Knock on wood. It's wood. It's a paintbrush handle. Dave Dog is envious of my speed. I don't feel like I'm that fast. With building. I always feel that it takes me forever to build. Need a plastic cement. I need a. Oh yeah, I still have this super glue. Pin. Don't need a pin vise. I don't need drill bits. I don't need my other clippers. Pens. I got a leaky pen. Lord Draconum likes nachos. Everyone loves nachos. I'm pretty sure there's no one who hates nachos. Prove me wrong. Robotech, but with helicopters. That's the Ajax in Southern Cross. Bonus points if the legs are hilariously undersized. Well, how did it look, Chris F? Did it look undersized? That's the Ajax. Jet legs! Jet legs are awesome. Astro Boy knows. Yeah, jet legs were all the rage back then. Bonus points if the legs are hilariously undersized. Well, one of them affirms that they had helicopters, even transformable ones. Jet Astro Boy knows. Uh-oh. Yeah, jet legs were all the rage back then. Dave Dog could have lost some essential software. One of my firms that they had, but he didn't, so thankfully. Even transformable ones. Talk about software. What's subscription model? Do frogs eat nachos? I think frogs eat whatever they please. Essential software. Have you ever seen a frog eat? Just grab it and shove it in their mouth. They don't care. They don't care about feelings or anything. They just eat. Talk about software. Oh, Dave Dog reminds me I didn't win the Dicey Guy raffle. That's okay. Actually, don't need any more paints. I'm just happy to support Dicey. I don't need anything. Just grab it and shove it in their mouth. They don't care. Nachos on the stream? Yeah. Wish. Maybe if I ever start a Patreon, it'll be my Patreon. Once a month, someone will win a nacho order. I'm just happy to support Dicey. You get nachos. You get nachos. Keith Mount is addicted to caffeine? Yeah. I don't think I'm addicted. I love it. Maybe if I ever. But sometimes I go without coffee or tea or anything. For once a month, someone will win a nacho order. Depending on my mood. Come back to it. I don't get caffeine headaches or anything. I used to live on coffee. Like literally, that was the only thing I had. I don't think I'm addicted. Usually I'd get like a plate of hash browns in the morning and drink coffee all day. And then maybe at night I would eat some popcorn. Depending on my mood. Come back to it. I don't get. And yeah. Never got addicted. It'll affect me though. I mean, it'll keep me awake. Nowadays, now that I'm older. I guess back then I just didn't have enough energy to stay conscious. From my lack of nutrition. Just pass out. Pass out anywhere like a dirty hippie. Sleep on sidewalks, sleep on couches, sleep anywhere. Alright, here we go. Caffeine and nachos, says Ivan. Yum, yum, yum. Sleep on sidewalks. I'm gonna wipe my mouth. Sleep anywhere. Kind of slobbering over the lot of nachos. Dip the infantry in nacho cheese. Caffeine and nachos, says Ivan. Yeah, I always do the nachos with regular cheese, shredded on top and then melted. I usually get the queso. Salsa on queso nachos. They're really good in the States, though. I had them when I was in Vegas. There was a place that would do it, and it'd be phenomenal. I think Americans do queso dip pretty good. It's not really a thing in Canada. Yeah, like at the movie theaters and stuff, but it's really good in the States, though. I had them when I was in Vegas. It's very bland. I think Americans do fatty and delicious. Queso dip pretty good. But it's not really a thing in Canada. Yeah, like at the movie theaters and stuff, but it's very bland. When I was working on that Ambot, I made some slurry with plastic in this cement. It's the first time I've ever done that. It's pretty awesome. There's weld stuff on there. I thought because I had the non-toxic cement, I might not. It's formidable for some reason. I made some the slurry with plastic in full strength toxic stuff, but it's the first time I've done that. Job. It's pretty awesome. Quite well. There's weld stuff on there. I thought because I had the non-toxic Canadian. Yeah, that's right. I'm Canadian. How can you even tell half the time, right? Unless you got like a cool Canadian accent, or say A all the time or something, I guess. Formidable for some reason. A all the time or something, I guess. My wife was looking at a thing about dialects, so, you know, accents, the words you use. Apparently, most of Canada basically talks the same way as most people on the east side of the states, like New York State and stuff, so we're all pretty. My wife was looking at a thing about the some accents, the words you use. Apparently, you know, there's cool regions in Canada and the States that have interesting accents. The same way as most people on the east side of the states, like New York State and stuff. So yeah, and we're all just kind of the same. We're all pretty. Went together pretty good, actually. as cool regions in Canada. Yeah. It's a skinny boy. Someone even fit in there? Oh, there they are. Yeah, and we're all just kind of the same. Went together pretty good. Now, I've never been around a Cobra. I don't have Cobras in Canada. But it's a skinny boy. Are they usually that tight? It's quite a squeeze. Maybe. I guess it makes more sense. I don't know. Can we get to Naboot on stream? Yeah. That's the thing. I don't know who says a boot. I don't know where they came from. You say about. Usually that tight. It's quite a squeeze. Maybe. Some Americans in the Midwest say rough and woof instead of roof and wolf. That's the thing. I don't know who says a boot. Or have like a really long A. Some people say my wife's name, Yannicka, instead of Annika. Like we say here. Ass, says Ivan. Let's see. I'll catch up on the chat again. I'm just ignoring you guys. Building away. Always have to concentrate when I'm building. It's much easier for me to paint in chat. I don't really have to think about painting. I have to think about building. Nachos. Can you watch me eat nachos? Well, that's usually the afternoon show. This is the morning show for me. I'm just ignoring you guys. Building away. Blender gang? Says Keith? Blender gang. Dave Dog asks if you know about John Titan, time traveler. Titan. Yeah, yeah. If you wanna run certain software, sometimes you have to go back in time, grab an old PC. Like if you want to play MechWarrior 2 Titanium Edition, can you play it any other way except for on Windows 98 Second Edition? I don't think so. I think that's it. I want to play that game. Gotta get Windows 98 Second Edition. I've never gotten to work on anything. Not since Windows 98 Second Edition. Man, I love those games. Like if you want to play MechWarrior 2, so good. Can you play it any other way except for on Windows 98 Second Edition? I don't think so. I think that's it. I want to play that game. 15mm minis and mukbang. What's mukbang? Yeah, I've been thinking about grunts too, because Ground Zero Games is kind of my go-to for cheap miniatures that I like. Though the exchange rate between the British pound and the Canadian dollar isn't as great as it used to be. Is well, as long as they crumble a bit, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, get a better exchange rate going again. Because Ground Zero Games is kind of my go-to for cheap miniatures. Oh, Keith googled mukbang. What did he find out? The British pound and the Canadian dollar isn't as great as it used to be. Dave Dog had some cool Flames of War World War II stuff. Train with anti-aircraft guns and cannons for shelling Yanks. Nice. Is that Spanish forces there? Dave Dog, where you're getting your fascism on? What did he find out? Lord Jacom's been tempted to try out grunts. Yeah, that's the free rules, right? Or is that the grunts the paid for version? Was advanced for Yanks? Nice. I haven't known. Other people know. I don't know. In the second edition of grunts. Lord Jacom's been tempted to try out grunts. Dave Dog asks if the Ambot is from Necromunda, and yeah, sure is. Dave Dog affirms that this is the Canadian stream. I haven't known. Other people know. I don't know. Oh, you've heard that there's a new edition of 5 Core coming out soonish. 1D 20 years. That's not too long. Yeah, sure is. Dave Dog affirms that this is the Canadian. I did the boot. Alright, well, I only lost some of the chat then. Battle Isle 3. Oh, you've heard that there's a new edition of 5 Core coming out soonish. Played Battle Isle. 1D 20 years. That's not too long. Yeah. Man. I did the boot. Played so much Ghost Bear's Legacy. That's why I'm a Ghost Bear guy. I love that Ghost Bear's Legacy. Noisy food eating streams. Hot in Korea, says Keith Mount. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Dave Dog is vaguely related to General Franco. Well, my ancestors came from northern Italy, and they left after the war. My gramp said they left because there was no jobs. And also, he never wants to talk about the old world. He never wants to do anything old world wise and doesn't like the family. But we have one relative left in Italy, and she's a countessa. I kind of suspect Italian ancestors were fascists. I kind of think that's what happened. They left because there was no jobs. That's okay. It's okay to be a fascist. You know? Just learn from your mistakes. You want to press people again? Move on. We have one relative left in Italy, and she's a countessa. I kind of suspect Italian ancestors were fascists. I think that's what happened. Grunts was the norm for 15mm sci-fi. Yeah, that's okay. It's okay to be a fascist. Lord Draconum could technically print out G.I. Joe vehicles in 15. Yeah, absolutely. I think vehicles are probably easier to scale than infantry, right? Oh yeah, Keith does a lot of 3D printing. I bet he'd know. Grunts was the norm for 15mm sci-fi. Ah, Keith doesn't want to post-process 15mm resin prints. Yeah, absolutely. I think vehicles are probably easier to scale than infantry, right? Mussolini ended up hanging upside down for days in the hot summer, says Dave Dog. Yeah. You gotta pay the price. You're on the wrong side. Not Hitler, though. It's like, no way, I'm out of here. Mussolini ended up hanging upside down for days in the hot summer, says Dave Dog. Yeah. You gotta pay the price. You're on the wrong side. Not Hitler, though. It's like, no way, I'm out of here. Is this gonna be hard to get in? Easy. Easy now. Once I put some glue in there, it'll be hard. Alright, let's see. Gonna have to get some more of this cheap cement soon. I do have some of the toxic stuff on hand, but I never want to use the toxic stuff. Frog people don't like it. Once I put some glue in there, it'll be hard. Alright, let's see. Melter skin. Gonna have to get some more of this cheap cement soon. I have some of the toxic stuff on hand, but I never want to use the toxic stuff. Well, it looks like I'm just going to keep streaming and not do all of the other things I was going to do. I'm kind of stuck into building now. And that's okay. Oh, that's where you can put the magnets. Excuse me. What? How many millimeters is that? Well, it looks like I'm just going to keep... Is that 4 millimeters in there? Maybe. Let's see. Ah, Frankie B. Washington joined at some point. Hey, Frankie B. Washington. What? How many millimeters is that? Loving those robots. Frankie B. Washington is a pretty great artist. He definitely makes all the cool designs I liked in the 90s. I still like him. Washington joined at some point. Hey, Frankie B. Washington. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Loving those robots. Frankie B. Washington is a pretty great artist. Or 3D prompt. He makes all the cool designs I liked in the 90s. I still like him. Yeah, that's fun. Dave Dog struggling with a 3D printer. Yeah. 3D printers. Resin 3D printers. FDM 3D printers. Very cool. I don't think I'm ready for that. Can't do it here anyway. Not have the space. Dave Dog's struggling. Oh. Yeah. Dave Dog's recruiting for the Nordic Weasel Games Discord. FDM 3D printers. Very cool. Great place. I don't think I'm ready for that. Everyone should come. Talk about food and heavy metal. Not have the space. Oh yeah, Nordic Weasel Games. Games too. Those are always good. Dave Dog's recruiting for the Nordic Weasel Games. Little gap. Everyone should come. Talk about food and heavy metal. 50 minutes and only 29%. That's the Cougar. Nice. It's gonna be right back. Leave it at this point. Assembling. Only have to clean up filling, I think. 50 minutes. So putting on the wings shouldn't interfere with. That's the okay. Gonna be right back. At this point, take a peek at these instructions again. Just make sure. Okay. Only have to clean up filling, I think. 50 minutes. So putting on the wings shouldn't interfere with. That's the okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Take a peek at these instructions again. Just make sure. Okay. Boop, boop. That's my window. There it is. Yeah. Yeah. Boop, boop. That's my window. There it is. So that one should go here. Yeah, that's a pretty good fit. All right. So that one should go here. Yeah, that's a pretty good fit. All right. Scritch, scritch, scritch. If you had a good handle on 3D printing, I wonder if you could take one of those Hero Forge STLs and scale it down to 15 millimeter without too much issue. If you had a good handle on 3D printing, I wonder if you could. One of the things that was on Forge this morning, STLs, and scale it down to 15 millimeter without too much issue. One of the things that was on Forge this morning. Nope. A little bumpy on the front. Okay. Level those beds. I always hear that a lot when people talk about 3D printing. Their beds level. Is that one of those things where you just get a custom to over time? Becomes easy? Like cleaning your airbrush? Okay. Level those beds. I always hear that a lot when people talk about 3D printing. Your beds level. Excuse me. Is that one of those things where you just get a custom to over time? Becomes easy? Like cleaning your airbrush? Sit down. There we go. Also good advice in general, says Chris. Too true. Don't want to sleep on a sloped bed. Ivan's gonna go back to writing. There we go. See you guys later in the Discord? Yeah, absolutely. Lord Draconum is back. Also good advice in general, says Chris. Too true. Don't want to sleep on a sloped bed. Ivan's gonna go back to writing. See you guys later in the Discord? Yeah, absolutely. Lord Draconum is back. Too true. Roger Cornum is thinking about how in 15mm we could get more on the tabletop. Yeah. Yeah, especially if you're playing like a 6x4. You'd have a huge battle if you wanted to. 15mm. A 6x4 and 6mm seems like it'd be too much. I think for 15mm feels just right if you want a lot of vehicles. But I'm not sure yet. That's what everyone says. Smart people, so I should believe them. 15mm. 6x4 and 6mm seems like it'd be too much. I think for 15mm feels just right if you want a lot of vehicles. But I'm not sure yet. That's what everyone says. Smart people, so I should believe them. Yeah. That's why Keith is doing 15mm for modern near future. Yeah, that's the same thing I'm thinking because well, all the resources are out there. Modern, near future, sci-fi, of course. I don't mind mixing a bit of sci-fi into things. Yeah. That's why Keith is doing 15mm for modern near future. Yeah, that's the same thing I'm thinking because well, all the resources are. Chris only plays 6x4 and 3mm. Near future, sci-fi. That's the gentleman's scale. I don't mind mixing a bit of sci-fi into things. All other scales are barbaric. No, Lord Dracon played BattleTech Alpha Strike, 6x4. Chris only plays 6x4 yeah. And 3mm. That's the gentleman's scale. Probably pretty good. How many mechs were you running? Vehicles. No, Lord Dracon played BattleTech Alpha Strike, 6x4. Yeah. Probably pretty good. How many mechs were you running? Vehicles. No, we'll just have to send it. When it dries. Sweet. What should I do next? What's left on the sprue? Yeah, these guys build pretty quick. Some say pontoons. Yeah. Is that the terminology? Pontoon. Look at it. Look at some pictures again. Sweet. What should I do next? What's left on the sprue? Full company minus one mech. Ah, oh, is that 4 lances? That's right. You had all those Bradleys. Is that the game where the guy who was playing against you was sick of your Bradleys? Full company minus one mech. Ah, Keith wants this Cobra box. Yeah, yeah, I want it. I would never have bought it otherwise, but it's a pretty good kit. Is that the game where the guy who was been tempting me? Sick of your Bradleys? Well, now I'm doing it. You ever get the Zvezda stuff, Keith? Ah, Keith wants this Cobra box. Yeah, yeah, I want it. I would never have bought it otherwise. Built some 144 scale ferry bombers. They were really cool. I've been meaning to. I meant to practice airbrushing on them. Never did get around to it. You ever get the Zvezda stuff, Keith? One of those things. I just put them away. Back to it. Built. Okay, let's see. 44 scale ferry bombers. Oh, they were really cool. Doesn't show these in green. Apparently that means they're not for the AH1. Never did get around to it. One of those. You have alternate build guide somewhere? Okay, let's see. Oh, doesn't show these in green. Apparently that means they're not for the AH1. Hmm. alternate build guide somewhere? Okay. Well, I'll just put these in then. I don't remember the name of those parts. The landy thingies. I'll put the landy thingies on next. Okay. Keith Mount likes 2x2 or 2x3 skirmish solo. Yeah, I like a 3x4. That's the biggest I can do on my table. It's 3x4. And I thought that felt pretty good for a 6mm. What else? Choking up. The landy thingies. I'll put the landy. Ooh, make a 1989 batarang. That sounds pretty cool. Felt pretty good for a 6mm. Freelance doesn't come. Avengers Endgame sucks, says Dave Dog. Yeah, well. I don't even remember which one that one was. I've watched all the Avengers. I'm gonna guess it was the very last Avengers movie. Said it before and I'll say it again. I think it sucked because they had all the MCU guys from the television series not show up for the final battle. And if they had just done that one thing, then it would have been truly a comic book movie. You just have a hodgepodge of like all the superheroes randomly for no reason. You get to look through like the big spread and you're like, oh, that's that hero I like. There's that villain I like. Never see those guys anymore. I love those. Throwouts for shoutouts, I guess. All the other people in the universe who don't get much playtime. Would have been cool to see the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Daisy or Iron Man. No, not Iron Man. Iron Fist. Anybody. No, they ignored all the television series people. It's like, why is it even part of the MCU then? You never put him in the movies. Doesn't make sense. Except for Coulson. Coulson will be there. Cavalry versus a mech. Can you figure out who wins? Yeah, exactly. That's one thing I like about Alpha Strike. You give more respect to ground forces. I did like the old fluff in BattleTech where mechs weren't so common and were like knights. Battle mechs are passed down family member to family member. I always thought that seemed really cool. So you go this way. I do this without making it look goofy. Hopefully. Well, I guess I'll put one on. Let it cure. And put the other one on afterwards. Maybe? Do them both at the same time. Where was Marvel's Frogman in the movie? Yeah. Well, I don't know. Was he ever in any of the television series? So I think he deserved to be there if he was ever in the television series. Frogman deserves his time. Ooh. Honky McHonkerson. Guess someone did something they weren't expecting. Now they're super upset. Boop, boop, boop. I don't even remember which one that one was. I watched all the events. Boop, boop, boop. Man, I can't wait to get those ADATS built. Exciting. Have you ever looked at any of the Team Yankee stuff for Spain, Dave Dog? Are they well represented? Are they just not in the World War III fight? I'm gonna guess it. Ooh. Self in there. It. That doesn't seem goofy. Self in there. Alright. Hang out. Lord Draconum has the Team Yankee rulebook. I got whatever this is. I don't know if that's the rulebook or not. I don't know if that's a current rulebook. I don't know if this is a quick start one. Whoa, launch and stuff. That was the helicopter. Okay. Team Yankee rulebook. I got whatever. And of course. I don't know if that's the rulebook or not. I don't know if that's a current rulebook. It's got a hair on. I don't know if this is a quick start one. Whoa, yourself. Launch and stuff. That was the helicopter. Okay. And of course. It's got a hair on. I'm not convinced I want to play Team Yankee. I like the miniatures. I like the idea of Team Yankee. That's the one that you got, Lord Jacono? Okay. I'm not convinced I want to play Sniffles. Do I have any coffee left? The miniatures. Take them out. Made extra coffee today because I knew I was going to need it. Need it. That's the one that you got, Lord Jacono? Okay. Oh, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to blow my nose. It's coming. Ooh. Made extra coffee today because I knew I was going to need it. Oh, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to blow my nose. It's coming. Where's David Moffat? Probably pooping. Nope. I had to blow my nose, and I'm like, might as well. Since I've drank. And then I did it. And that's my story. Where's David Moffat? Probably pooping. Nope. I had to blow my nose, and I'm like, might as well. Since I've drank. Chances are you're gonna have to put cement in there. That's my story. Alright, let's see. What's next? Dave Dog says that's probably more information than the FBI needed. Yeah, well, they appreciate to know and all information, I think. Probably. Excuse me. Dave Dog says that's probably more information. Alright, what am I on to next? Some missile pods. Or rocket pods. These guys got rockets or missiles? Ooh, Canada! Information, I think. I mean, we all know that the Americans spawn everyone. Russians and the Chinese. Right, what am I on to next? It's really a social rocket pods got going on here. These guys got rockets or missiles? Okay. Put a little tiny rotor on. Americans spawn everyone. Russians and the Chinese. It's really a little tiny rotor is probably on this sprue. Yeah, it's around here. I'll put a little tiny rotor on here. Teal rotor. Little tiny rotor is probably on this. I'll put a little tiny rotor on here. Teal rotor. It's tricky. Ooh, ate it. Dave Dog asks how the Queen of England is regarded in our neck of the woods, and we'd say fine. I don't think anyone's really loyal to the throne so much as they'll recognize their presence. I guess we're glad they're there. In our neck of the woods, and we'd say fine. I don't think anyone's really loyal to the throne so much as I bet some people don't really want to have royalty. I don't know. No one really talks about the Queen for the most part. Not a big conversation topic in Alberta. Most people just hate the current Prime Minister. Royalty in Alberta. That's what they talk about. I don't know. No one really talks about the Queen. It's going into work the other day. Not a big conversation topic. And there was a big protest, and they said, honk if you hate Trudeau. And I don't care about Trudeau, so I didn't honk. The current Prime Minister. I am neutral on Trudeau. Alberta. That's what they talk about. It's going into work the other day. And there was a big protest, and they said, honk if you hate Trudeau. And I don't care about Trudeau, so I didn't honk. I am neutral on Trudeau. Okay. Maybe I should put on the base then. There's that ugly base. Lord Draconum dislikes the Premier of Alberta. I think he's a creep. So I agree. I don't know him personally. I'm pretty sure he's a creep. Oh yeah, my homeland, the Yukon, apparently has decided to do away with time changes. They're gonna switch to daylight savings time and leave it at that. Oh yeah, my homeland, the Yukon, it's pretty terrific. Apparently has decided to do away with time changes. They're gonna switch to daylight savings time and leave it at that. Alberta was supposed to get rid of the time change. Pretty terrific. I guess you can only have a big one or a little one. Alberta was supposed to get rid of the time change. What? What am I looking at? I guess you can only have a big one or a little one. Spanish politics is 100% full of creeps. Yeah, I mean, I don't think normal people become politicians. Who's gonna get creeps? We have politicians. This is the way it is. politics is 100% full of creeps. Yeah, I mean, I don't think normal people are politicians. That fits in there, no problem. But this won't stay. I don't really want to glue that in. No, it'll hold it for now. Okay. So let's see if the fits are good. It's in there, no problem. I got knocked over. But this won't stay. Oh wait, that's just how the wings are. Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. 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 Okay. Okay. Hang out there for now. It's a pretty good balance, actually. I got knocked over. Don't see many chicks named Alberta these days. No, that's for sure. Same with Davida. That seems to have really fallen out of popularity. Don't see many chicks named Alberta these days. No, that's for sure. Let's go back. Okay. Same with Davida. That seems to have really fallen out of popularity. Then we put a little chinny chin gun on. They got improved tow missile, 20mm Vulcan Gatling gun, M159 rocket launcher. Oh yeah! Put a little chinny chin gun on. Yeah, politicians. Improved tow missile. M159 rocket launcher. Oh yeah! Alright, so his chin gun. This one. Annie's not winning girls' name these days either. No, well, Annie does not have the same meaning in North America as it does in Britain, that's for sure. Annie is not winning girls' name these days either. No, well, Annie does not have the same meaning in North America as it does in Britain, that's for sure. There. Didn't matter too much if I left it. There. Didn't matter too much if I left it. Are you working on anything, Dave Dog? Project on the go? Are you working on anything, Dave Dog? Project on the go? Oh, Lord Draconum has a lot of 172 scale miniatures. What era? Oh, Lord Draconum has a lot of 172 scale miniatures. What era? Oh, he's still working on the same old Rhino Razorback magnetized for Ultramarines. Would you say you're an Ultramarines fan, or just that's just the default choice? Dave Dog. Oh, he's still working on the same old Rhino Razorback magnetized for Ultramarines. Would you say you're an Ultramarines fan, or just that's just the default choice? Dave Dog. Okay, so one way it'll fall over, one way it doesn't. There is a proper way to do it. Lord Draconum's got World War II. He's had some since he was a kid. Nice. Are they good quality? Okay, so one way it'll fall over. There is a proper way to do it. I'll look at my instructions again. See about these rocket pods. He's had some since he was a kid. Nice. Are they good quality? It's me. So which ones go with which? See about these rocket pods. Which ones are with? Stacks of missiles. So which ones go with which? Which ones are with? Stacks of missiles. Shows me the options of all the rocket pod bodies. Sure, I need these two. Okay, they have the nubbins up here. These guys, I don't know. Rocket pod bodies. Maybe is it just... Sure, I need these two. More rocket options? Okay, they have the nubbins. Maybe that's it. These guys... This looks like this gun would go... Maybe is it just... Okay. And then I'll have to build these after. Lots of parts. So on this looks like this particular build. Wonder what they're for. Okay. Okay, that's what I need after. These two. Lots of parts. So on this looks like this particular build. Wonder what they're for. Old hard plastic, not a lot of detail on Lord Draconum's 72. Ooh, diaper time. You know, I never minded changing diapers. Don't love it though, do you? Have fun with that, Chris F. Old hard plastic, not a lot of detail on Lord Draconum's 72. Ooh, diaper time. You know, I never minded changing diapers. Don't love it though, do you? Have fun with that, Chris F. Alright, so I suspect that these ones then go in the place of the missiles. You didn't want a fat stack of missiles on the wingtips. Alright, so I suspect that these ones then go in the place of the missiles. Yeah, I'll just build this one as the age one. You didn't want a fat stack of missiles on the wingtips. Draconum's going to take some pictures of those infantry. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll just build this one as the age. Draconum's going to take some pictures of those infantry. Sounds good. 12 o'clock. I got one more hour left. I gotta go. I did kind of want to hit the model store. I don't know. Well, I'll see what the time's like when I finish. This guy. 12 o'clock. I got one more hour left. I gotta go. I did kind of want to hit the model store. No, I shouldn't hit the model store. Well, not this month. Stay away from the model store this month. Don't even look at their tempting. Super cheap. No, I shouldn't hit them. Not so tempting. Stay away from the giant complement of Vallejo paints. Super cheap. Not so tempting. Giant complement of Vallejo paints. 12:02 at the time of the posting. Which posting, Lord Draconum? go to at the time of the posting? Which posting, Lord Dracona? Or are you just doing the time check, seeing what the delay is? It wasn't exactly 12 o'clock when I'm not sure what I have my latency set at because I didn't bother checking since I'm just restreaming it all. I don't even know where everything's getting everywhere. Or are you just doing the time check, seeing what the delay is? It wasn't exactly 12 o'clock when I'm not sure what I have my latency set at because I didn't bother checking. Dave Dog asks if there's any goths at our model hobby shop that recommend Malifaux all the time. No, I only see Malifaux in the local game store, not the model shop. And I don't see anyone ever play it. I assume people play it. Dave Dog asks if there's any goths at our model hobby shop. Lord Jacona might know better. No, I only see Malifaux in the local game store. I don't see a heck of a lot of goths around geek stores. And I don't see anyone ever play it. I assume people play it. Usually I see them at the bookshops. Lord Jacona might know better. Great fingers. Oop. Oop. Good. Oh, someone tried to get Lord Dracona back into Malifaux. Was it a goth? It was being played at Malifaux or Imaginary Wars. Dave Dogs asks if Malifaux is like minis cards like poker. From what I understand, yeah. I've watched bat reps on it. They play with a deck of cards, so that's pretty cool. I don't know if I want to play a miniatures game with a deck of cards. I've never tried it. From what I understand, yeah. I've watched bat reps on it. They play with a deck of cards, so that's pretty cool. I have heard that Malifaux models are kind of fiddly, though. I don't know if I want to play a miniatures game with a deck of cards. But they do look really cool. I like the gremlins. Unsurprisingly. Being a goblin fan. Alright. Rocket pod built. Let's get the ends on there. Yeah, unlike the Robotech RPG Tactics kits, there's actually points where you can mount these onto the wings. Like they thought about what they were doing. Design this. I have heard that Malifaux. Not Goths, just Vinny and Jeremy. I don't know if I met Jeremy. Vinny's a firefighter. Does Canada plan to have a space force like the US? Probably not. Maybe. I assume we'll just do it like we did in World War II, where we just train people to use other people's equipment. Rather than necessarily going through all the effort ourselves. Just tag along with somebody else. Where did Canada fight in World War II? Europe. I don't think Canada fought in Africa. We fought in mostly European theaters. We liberated Normandy, I think, and fought our way up to Scandinavia. Yeah, we were the Allies, so we just fought with the British and the Americans. Commonwealth. Part of the Commonwealth, so we did Commonwealth stuff. We used a mixture of American and British equipment. Produced some tanks and stuff. The original tanks we produced were based on British designs, and then the later ones we produced were based on American designs, like the M3 and the M4. Yeah, Normandy was definitely a tough one. That's for sure. I can't remember now. Different theaters. Yeah, we flew planes. We did all the things. We were in the war from basically the beginning. Once Britain declared war, I think we did too. But yeah, I don't know if we fought in the Pacific. I don't think we fought in Africa. Oh yes, all these missiles. Oh, I'm getting hungry too. I forgot I gotta eat food before. Oh no, wait, I'm having a Subway. Let's grab a snack. I do gotta write down the grocery list. You want to make a Canadian Force Large Draconium for World War II or for Team Yankee? Because Team Yankee actually has dedicated boxes. I'm not sure about Flames of War. A hard time finding that information. But yeah, this British Expeditionary Force is well armed. So I think usually instead of Stens, we use the Thompsons. And these guys, the ones I got, didn't have any Stens, they had Thompsons. Uh-oh, there's a subway opening at the end of your street. I used to live by, an LRT station. Those exciting times. Sometimes there'd be shootings. Often there would be noise. It was handy though when you needed to jump on the train. Or Draconum's thinking modern? Yeah. Yeah, you could definitely get the It was handy though when you needed to jump on the train. Flames of War starter box. I wanted to go that route. It will have infantry, M113s, Leopard 1 tanks. Yeah, you could definitely get the I don't remember if it has the ADATS in that kit. Flames of War starter box. I wanted to go that route. It will have infantry, M113s. Might have some Lynx recon vehicles. And yeah, if you print out other things, you can definitely shore up your forces. If you're doing more of a Cold War era, then you already started on the Cougar. If you want to go more modern, you have to find some Kodiaks and Bisons and Cap Vs. Pretty cool looking anyway, the new wheeled vehicles that Canada's using. Yeah, Lynxes are cool. Some Kodiaks and Bisons. Oh, Dave Dog's getting a Subway sandwich shop opened by him. We got like two in our neighborhood. Like a block from each other. I don't know why. Yeah, Lynxes are cool. There's one that's good, and there's one that's not so good. We'll go to the good one, I think, before we do our shopping. The not so good ones in the mall, which is where I'm going to do the shopping. Yeah, the better one's right beside it, so. No loss there. Let's see. Lord Draconum's thinking about printing out some Bradleys, because he's a Bradley man. And you definitely should. You'll use them. No loss there. Let's see. How it goes? Lord Draconum's thinking about printing out some Bradleys. Sitting on top of each other like that. You definitely should. Must be. You'll use them. Must be. Oh, my tummy's rumbling. Sitting on top of each other like that. Must be. I'm gonna look at the picture. Oh, my tummy's rumbling. You like the Leopard class tanks? Yeah. Leopard class tanks are pretty great. Especially the Canadian Leopard 2 A6. With all the skirting, I love it. I love those weird wire cages. You like the Leopard class tanks? Yeah. Leopard class tanks. Okay, yeah, they just, especially the Canadian, run right on top of each other. Oh, excuse me. It's a hiccup and a burp. It's painful. Weird wire cages. Goodness. Yeah, Mr. Sub's good. I haven't had Mr. Sub in a while. Same with Quiznos. I haven't had Quiznos in a while. Okay, yeah, they just. I don't usually go out to eat. It's pretty rare. Oh. Then again, Wendy's has a new Beyond Meat burger. Sort. Maybe we'll go there. Okay, I'm gonna go to Wendy's because I haven't tried that one yet. It's a tough choice. Subway or Wendy's. Magak. Yeah. Yeah, Israeli tanks look really cool. And yeah, I'm a big fan of the T-72s look. Definitely want to pick up some T-72s. Did you ever see the T-72 that's at the military museum here in town, Lord Draconum? He's a beaut. What kind of tanks does Spain use, Dave Dog? Dave Dog says, Wendy's burger? That's like sloppy wet meat. I don't know. I don't know if that's the who. Maybe Wendy's is different in Spain. The Wendy's that's here is really good. I often eat their baked potato and stuff. It's really tasty. Not often you can get a baked potato at a fast food restaurant. Sometimes just want a baked potato. Lord Draconum says he might have, unless it's new. No, it's not new. Let's see, I went there with my daughter, a family friend, and his daughter. It was a few years ago, so yeah. Yeah, it just sits outside. It's by the F5. I think. I guess relatively by the. Not mounted up like the F5. Fat stack of missiles. Beetle. Says Dave Dog. Spain's tanks are VW Beetles with pea shooters through the side window. Well, that's pretty deadly. Wendy's has a new Beyond Meat burger. Lord Draconum's looking at Team Yankee stuff in the moment. Yeah, it's infectious. Someone passes the bug to you. Try to fight it off. Yeah, I think that's what we should do. I think we should take the stuff you get for what's the name of the game? Spectre Ops, and play a game with it, and also play a game in 15 millimeter. We can get a few things to work out for 15 millimeter, and then see which scale we like, or both scales might be good too, depending on the level of conflict. And of course, there's other games. Play. Yeah, Merkavas are the one tank that you could always use in a sci-fi battle. So it looks so futuristic. Yeah, I find the Abrams tank not so exciting visually. Or Draconin can fight off the Battlefront bug. 3D printing. And that's the truth. Plus, Battlefront can only do so much. 3D printing will really take care of all this stuff they're not making. Like if you want Cougars and what's the other one? Was it Grizzlies? They're both the 6x6 wheeled vehicle, but one is more of a lightly armored recon vehicle, and one's more of a APC, wheeled APC. So really, if there's one, you can do the other one as well. Yeah, the Jason Miller stuff should have it on hand. He's a good patriotic Canadian. And of course, I still like some of the World War II tanks. I love the look of a Churchill. I may just grab some of those sometime, just for the pleasure. And any kind of post-apocalyptic battle could easily use those kind of tanks. Canada also used Centurions. So if we're doing a post-apocalyptic thing, or a Cold War thing in Canada, we definitely get some Centurion 5s or 11s. Oh. Shermans in Modern Warfare? Yeah, the Israelis had some upgun Shermans for a while. There should be Strikers. But I think Strikers are too modern for Team Yankee. You'd have to find them in a different source. 3D print, probably. Problem. Tap V? I think they're called Tap Vs. The newest Canadian wheeled armored vehicle. I do like Lab 3s. I can't remember if there's Lab 3s. I don't think so. I think those are too new. Okay. This can set. I think it's just the rotor left. Done. Yeah, Merkava assembly for this guy. Oh. Germans in Modern Warfare? Yeah, the Israelis had some. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely want to magnetize that. I think it's rotor left. It's much better for storage that way. And then I'm going to research how to build the other one. I want to see what the other options can get you. What can they get you? Yeah, I'll definitely want to magnetize that. Rotor. It's much better for storage that way. And then I'm going to research how to build the other one. I want to see what the other options can get you. Okay, so all I need this one, and this one. Let's make it happen. Okay, so all I need this one, and this one. Let's make it happen. Things are quieting down in the chat, which I think is a good sign. Ending the show soon. No one will be too sad. Things are quieting down in the chat, which I think is a good sign. Ending the show soon. No one will be too sad. Does Spectre Ops take place in the modern era? I think it does. Does Spectre Ops? Yeah, you think the Lynx Recce would be good? I think so too. I think it does. And yeah, it looks like the metal resin kits won't be too bad. Yeah, you think the Lynx Recce would be good? Well, I think the plastic kits would be more fun to assemble overall. There's something fun about assembling plastic kits. Yeah, it looks like the metal resin kits won't be too bad. Well, I think the plastic kits would be more fun to assemble overall. Well, I also want to get some CMP, Canadian trucks that served in World War II. Love those guys. I don't care if they're from World War II. I think these still look kind of modern. Well, I also want to get some CMP, especially if you look at something like the TAP V that served in World War II. They're too far apart. Love those guys. I don't care if they're from World War II. I think these still look kind of modern. Okay. Different theaters, modern world, yeah. Especially if you look at something like the TAP V. They're too far apart. So I imagine all the Spec Ops stuff you got was set in the Middle East. Modern world, yeah. So I imagine all the Spec Ops stuff you got was set in the Middle East. Oh. Starter has Spetsnaz versus US troops. But he did end up buying some stuff from Footstore. That's Middle East stuff. Nice. Oh. Starter has Spetsnaz versus US troops. But he did end up buying some stuff from Footstore. That's Middle East stuff. Nice. Yeah, I think modern China stuff would be pretty cool too. I think modern China stuff would be pretty cool too. This one. More there. Ooh. Miniatures for police. This one. More there. Oh no! That's okay, I think. Yeah, pretty good kit. See? Just need some magnets. Perfect. Alright, so I'm going to glue these on the wings. Then I'm going to call it a day. Ooh, we can fight cartels in South America? Oh yeah! Colombia especially uses a lot of Canadian vehicles in their military. Then I'm going to call it a day. Ooh, we can fight cartels. What I've read. South America? Oh yeah. Colombia especially uses a lot of Canadian vehicles in their military. Supposed to go. What I've read. Oh. Rocket pods. Rocket pods. Rocket pods. Rocket pods. Feel heavy at the moment. Yeah, plastic soldiers have 15mm kits. And Zvezda are also good 15mm kits. If you want lots of infantry, it's quite a bit on Zvezda. And then there's like a bunch of metal companies. Are also good 15mm kits. I don't know. If you want lots of infantry, I don't really want 15mm metal vehicles. I don't think it's quite a bit on. They're a bit heavy. Metal companies. I don't mind infantry. I don't really want 15mm metal vehicles. I don't think they're a bit heavy. I don't mind infantry. It's full. There we go. Still on the set. Dang. Dang. Still on the set. Dang. Dang. Oh, that looks pretty decent. All right. Show it off. Camera. Motors. That's it. I'm going to wrap up the show. I thank everyone who's left for watching. Oh, that looks pretty decent. Who's left? 4 people. Dicey Guy's back. Dicey Guy, I'm leaving. My man. Built a helicopter. I'm going to wrap up the show. Yeah, that's a Yankee. That's my AH1. Dicey Guy's back. I won it last year. Only got it put together. But yeah, I'm going to say goodbye to you all. I got to finalize some things at home and get ready to go shopping, pick up the kid. So, yeah, thanks for coming, guys. You enjoy these times together. Say goodbye now. I'm going to go over my Streamlabs or OBS and I say bye. Get ready to go shopping, pick up the kid. So, yeah, thanks for coming, guys. You enjoy these times together. Say goodbye now. I'm going to go over my Streamlabs or